We are now live, lady and gentlemen.
I feel like I've been gone for so long. I think it's been 1 week, maybe, right?
What's the deal?
I
Good
feel like you've
morning.
been gone forever, Ray.
Yeah, like 2 weeks it seemed like, dog. What's good? Good
Dang.
morning, everybody.
You're on a 2 week vacation.
Also, good
It
night,
ain't no
everybody.
vacation.
Good
Good morning and good night in China.
Yeah,
morning
Yeah,
and good
right.
night is
good night in China. Good morning out here if you're in the United States of America right now.
Man.
Yo, we are back with another episode. Appreciate you guys joining us. Man, it's been a pleasure.
Oh,
Happy New Year to the man, Ray McCallum. Is it New Year's over there too?
Yeah. Come on now. They got the Chinese New Year coming up
Yeah,
here soon,
saying.
though.
Yeah, no, I know the Chinese
Yeah.
New Year didn't hit. So, like,
Yeah.
how does that
But
work?
no, they celebrated. We did the New Year. They did the New Year the other day.
But it's
Yeah,
not
it
the
was all
same.
good.
What's the difference, bro?
It ain't the same. No, the Chinese New Year is serious, bro. And
Like,
like the major cities up
how does
here
it work
did.
out there? Like, is stuff
Yeah, it's like,
closed? Like,
man, what? It's like for like 2.5, 3 weeks too. So like we won't have games for almost a month, 3.5 weeks probably. And then like everybody goes home to their hometown. Then the main cities and stuff is open. Maybe like the mall, grocery store, but everything is closed, bro. Yeah, they don't play around out here. And it's the year of the horse.
so you can. Oh, wait. The first thing is that you could go home for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So
I
you
don't
don't
know
know.
how many days we get off, but I know for sure like some teams already said maybe 10 days or I've heard some of my team was talking about going home. So yeah, it's a nice little break.
Oh wait, hey, yo, son.
I didn't know you could go
Hey,
home.
hey. It's
Well, you
changing
got the
overseas, bro. I
no,
see
no, no.
more
This is
people
why.
go back home, dog, now and be
Yeah,
able to
because
go home.
now you got the FIBA breaks at the same time. They changed that. So now you got like Chinese New Year plus the FIBA break. So it would have been maybe like a week, but then and they got the FIBA break too. And then Chinese New Year's 2 weeks or whatever. So that adds a whole nother week. So
Ooh, wait.
Look, hey,
I'm
Oh,
look,
looking crazy. I
you
had a
can
haircut
come
and nothing.
home,
I'm
Ray.
looking crazy, man.
You can come home and chill, take a trip or two, and then go back. You don't just gotta come home for like 2 days and rush back.
Facts.
You can come home and
You feel
relax a
me?
little bit.
Facts.
You feel me?
I can low key unpack my bag a little bit, take some shoes out of that mug. Sometimes,
Uh-huh.
sometimes people go in the room and that bag's still packed, and they taking out the toothbrush and putting it back in.
You
In
feel me?
2 weeks, I could take the toothbrush out, low key. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Hey,
Nah, for sure.
good morning, Andres. What's up? Good morning. Tough stream, my dog. Appreciate you, man. My dude, user. I don't know who that is. What's
and
up, my boy?
then Luke Colville Force said, "Big Ray, what up, though? Big U of D fan rocking out with pops."
Oh yeah.
That's fine.
See, look, Ashton like U of D. What is U of D? That's University of Detroit. Come on now.
Okay, there we go.
That's all
Clock
love. That's all love.
it. Clock
Yeah,
it.
Yeah.
there you go.
Shout out to UD.
U of D, Detroit Mercy.
Yeah. In them
UD.
gates, Norris, that school's in them gates, huh? When you pull it up, you're like, man, what is this?
Man, hey, I was like, woo-wee.
You
What
right
you
there on
mean?
6 Mile.
Yeah,
6
to the
Mile
trenches.
Livernois.
You
Yeah.
pull up in there, it's really gated off to the community because it's down in the city.
Uh-huh.
I mean, Cleveland State is in the
Oh.
city, but I mean, U of D is like in a neighborhood in the city, like not downtown. It's like in the
Wait,
neighborhood.
It's right there. Liquor store right across the street.
That's why they call it Detroit Mercy.
Wait.
Hey.
So it's
Mercy.
in the trap. Detroit Mercy's in the trap.
Bruh, mercy, hallelujah, mercy. They crying mercy.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I didn't know
Yes,
that.
it is.
Yeah,
bro,
always.
right
I
there.
appreciate your greeting too, bro. We like the profile pic too that you got up, bro, too, as well, dog. Speaking of that, good morning too. You got the rooster. Good morning on your side. Where are you from?
Right. He might be from the island somewhere, Puerto Rico or DR or somewhere.
Facts.
How do we jump there?
Yo, we're not gonna waste no time. We're not gonna waste no time. So you guys already know what time it is. Time for y'all to get up. Time for y'all to.
Get
Time for y'all to
Get up.
Oh my God.
The last one was struggling.
I
Let me tell you.
thought y'all were
You
gonna
a little
say
delayed. It's all right, though.
Yeah, the finger slipped. Yo, my bad, yo. Good morning, everybody. Good morning for another episode. Good afternoon over there on the East Coast.
Good afternoon, good night, good morning.
Good night over there in China. For my other people out there with Ray McCallum, it's midnight over there, so that's good night. Obviously, It might be good morning.
Okay.
How have you dealt with, Ray? How have you dealt with the time difference? Because all the homies is 17 hours. When I played in Japan, it was 17, and I struggled with it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was up past hours all the time.
Nah, it's definitely the first couple of weeks was definitely the biggest adjustment. Now everything's solid. Like I'm on the time zone here for the most part. And it's solid because when I wake up in the morning, I can watch games and stuff in the States, and then vice versa. Like, at night, I can talk to the family and everything when they're waking up in the morning. So it's straight. You know what I mean? But it's definitely difficult. It's different, being so distant and then the time zones. It's like, but it ends up working out like phone wise and tapping in with everybody back home. If I'm up late, I can.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
The VPN. The VPN said he's saying too much. Hold up.
You just muted. You just muted you though. It wasn't like
man, that's crazy. My sister was calling me. That messed it up.
Oh,
See, that's what I'm saying. Like,
I knew it wasn't.
It's morning.
Tell sis we said hey.
Yeah, I got you. It's morning for her, so it's perfect. She can call me. You know what I mean? Well, I'm late at night for me, and then vice versa. Like, in the morning for me, it's nighttime for y'all. I can, like I was saying earlier, I can get up and watch the games. You know what I mean? My morning before I go to practice, I can watch NBA games, college, whatever. Watch my dad's games, the whole thing. So it ends up working all right. But yeah, it's just one of them things you gotta do when you're overseas, man. You gotta make it work.
And your sister's calling you in the morning. Hey, yo, this is what I love, dog. You know what I'm saying? You get to see the brother-sister dynamic. It's 8 a.m. over this side. I don't know. Knowing B, she might be in London somewhere at this moment because I know that
we don't know where she's at. B-Mac's all over the map. But
hey, facts. We have no idea where it could be. London, for sure. It could be any time over where B-Mac's at. So,
exactly.
So we love to see it because that's an example of how the overseas coaches. Huh?
I don't know how you do it, right? Because every time I went overseas, I always stayed on my time zone, no matter what. Like I would base.
You be up all day, and that's what I used to do, bro. I used to stay up all night, and then I'll sleep all day.
That's what I do, bro. Even like,
I
never ever got it on that time zone when I would play. I would only give myself I would have to give myself at least 4 hours to take a nap to go practice, 4 or 5. Because after practice, I knew I was gonna crash out for like 5 or 6 hours straight, and then I'd be up all night so I could watch all the games. I could talk to my family on their time, so they don't have to rush and call me. Like I'd be up all night till like 3, 4 in the morning, and then get a couple hours before practice, like a little nap. And at practice, they'd be like, "Man, you look tired." I'm like, "I'm all right." Only time I went to sleep was before games.
Before the games,
so I could feel. And then after that, back on the same thing.
Yeah. Oh, that schedule sounds crazy.
Question for you guys, because I struggle with this even though I'm not playing anymore. But when it comes to naps, is that a basketball player thing? Like taking a nap? Because like I always have to take a nap. I feel like only hoopers do this though. Like they always got to take a nap throughout the day. Like, and it just becomes a common part of your day. Like Ray and Norris, like, is that the same for y'all? Do y'all take naps like even in the off season too? OD or no?
It's life. If I don't have a nap, I'm not a nice person. I have to take a nap. And I think anybody who don't have a traditional 9-to-5 job probably takes naps. Like if you're an entrepreneur and you work from home, or you have a job where you're not having to go clock in like 8 hours straight a day, I think most of those type of people take naps, unless you have like hella kids. But other than that, I have to take a nap, and not just no 20-minute either. I'm talking about a good hour and a half, 2 hours, sometimes 3-hour nap.
Yeah, and I've come across some hoopers that be like, "Nah, I can't take a nap before a game." I'm like, "Bro, what you mean? How you not gonna take a nap before a game, even if it's 20 minutes?" But nah, I can't sleep for 2 hours. Like I can do maybe 15 minutes. Do something. Like a nap will change your life for sure.
You said do something.
A nap will change it, but I think that's the hoopers like Because yes, when we're younger, bro, AAU trips, the whole thing, whatever. Like, we so programmed to like, all right, we're gonna have shoot around, whatever. Y'all go lay down, eat pregame meal, and go take a little nap, and then we'll be on the bus at this time. And I think we just been doing it for so long, and then that just becomes our MO. And then I definitely do it in the off season. I do it all the time, bro.
All right, I thought I was tripping because I'd be like, yo, I
Yeah.
need a nap. I still need a nap.
Sure.
And that's what I was thinking about too with that. Let's get to the introductions. We got the boy Ray Mac, fresh out of China. He getting to the cheese like a Big Mac. Shout out to Ray Mac. We got the man Norris Cole. He don't got a polo on this time. Hold on, he got a business outfit. Is that a polo?
That's an all black polo. We mean business. It's blacked out. But it's all the way up to the top.
Hey, because that man keeping it 100. Because that boy 10-0, 1,000 wow, 1000. We call it 100. That boy Norris 10-0 as a coach, trying to make it 11-0. What do we call 11-0?
We'll figure it out in the next show.
Oh, bet we good with that too. We good with that too. And we got Ashton. No Ashtana. We not calling her Santa. She got the glasses. So we're gonna call you.
Sis.
Oh no.
We're gonna call her Super Ashton. That's what we're gonna call her. We're gonna call her Super Ashton. Ashton over the last 4 days has worn these Superman glasses. I've been waiting for her to like switch in the middle of the show and turn into Superwoman or something, because I've never seen these glasses, and I'm her brother. These glasses have appeared out of nowhere. So maybe she got some superpowers.
The Blu-ray glasses.
Yeah, I don't know. You've had different type of glasses. So maybe you got bit by you got some superhero powers that I don't know about, because the glasses have appeared out of nowhere. So shout out to Ashley.
I have no glasses on.
Crazy cousin from Florida. That's a unique name. What's up to you, my boy? You're 13. Shout out to you, buddy. What's the deal? CV de Mongars. What does that mean? You played in you both of y'all played in France. He said CV de Mongas.
I be scared. You want to know why I be scared reading the chat? Because they be setting us up sometime.
GARS.
They'll spread the word out, so you have to pronounce it, and then when you finish it, it's like, oh, I just said something correct.
Like rush hour, like
I be scared of the chat.
A camel's butt, like they do like a rush hour. Like, remember, he was reading off the wrong joint. Yeah, that's how I be feeling sometimes.
That's why sometimes I really have to process what is going on, because I do not want to get set up by them. They be rage baiting on here and everything.
Thanks. That's how I felt my first early years. That's why I'm so happy for all the overseas players that have dealt with the perks of Apple products and all the product, being better. Because, bro, when I used to use Google Translate, I felt like I was Chris Tucker in Rush Hour half the time. Like, I would say I'm crazy to them when I would show them. They would look at me like, huh? What the heck is that?
Man.
On ski.
Hey, bro, half the time I'll be like, yo, like, I know I didn't say what I was supposed to say. Dude be like, I don't know.
It's so easy now, bro. I just hit the little translate thing. I say everything fluently, bro. I tap it right back. We can have a whole conversation now, bro. And then wifey got me with the AirPods. I got the AirPods. We be sitting there and listening to everything they saying about us. You know what I mean? You got the translating thing.
Wait, really?
That's crazy.
The AirPods, Jordan, you can have the AirPods and hear what they're saying?
Yeah, you can do the AirPods now. You can so when you go to the nail salon, put the AirPods on, and they're talking whatever, or anywhere, any language, whatever, you can download it. And then it will just show up on your phone everything that they're saying.
Meta glasses too. The Meta glasses. Yeah, you can do live translation.
Wait, time out. In China, y'all be going to the nail salon and y'all just do it just for the heck.
Even out here in the States.
I'm saying you can, and you can do it anywhere.
Yeah.
It's perfect though, because like I'm not even like you trying to catch anybody talking crazy about you, but you could just put them in because they just be speaking their language to you. They don't speak English, so you can hear what they're saying. And then I can just say whatever I got to say back, show them the phone, then boom, 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 they can talk, whatever, and it just shows up on the phone, and then vice versa. We just go back and forth. Yeah. So they can speak their whole language, and then it's just translating on my phone, and then I can speak right back to them.
And the phone can be on speaker. The phone can be on speaker and say it back to them, so they don't have to read it the whole time. You can just say what you got to say. It'll translate on the phone, then push speaker in the phone and read it off out loud. and speak it to them.
Yeah.
And it could do that for your Instagram. Jordan, it could do that for your Instagram reels too.
Listen,
yeah, that's how I order food. I say, yo, I need so-and-so, whatever, grilled chicken, broccoli, rice, boom, boom. I call the downstairs, I put it on speakerphone, boom. They hear it, ha, 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 okay, boom, boom. Next thing you know, you got it. Yeah, bro.
Like
we in 2026, Jay. It ain't like when you was over here in 2018 now. Times have changed.
Man, all the years I was so scared to use Google Translate because I was looking crazy half the time I was saying stuff to somebody. So I'd never use that app ever. I was trying to just learn the language a little bit to be able to say what I needed to be real.
For real?
Crazy. Yeah, it's tough. Like half the time it wouldn't work, but now that's crazy. To be able to go to the nail salon and put the AirPods in to do that, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Shout out to that, dog. Speaking of that. Before we get into our KD Boston Celtics topics, let me swipe up a little bit. Let me go to I want to give, each time we have a show, I definitely want to do a player spotlight. We'll have more segments of things that we'll start to add since the show is new and we want to add more things. But I want to do a player spotlight to one individual right now. Throw the bombs up. I want to do the player spotlight to the boy out of Long Beach, California, the boy Peyton Watson. Shout out to you, my boy. Hey, you're about to be expensive in a minute. I know it's contract year, dog. Over the last 3 games, you're averaging 22.7 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. Let me see what you're shooting from the field, too. 49 from the field. And then yesterday, in a big win versus Philadelphia, 24 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. A lot has not been discussed with you, bro. Number one, you going to UCLA. For those of y'all that forgot, my man did not get an opportunity like he was supposed to at UCLA. That's the first thing. Barely played in the minutes, but probably one of the best stories that I use for anybody. When things are not going your way, you still put a smile on and still conduct yourself on the bench the best way as possible. So no one could ever say what? The one word that people always use, he has bad intel. Can't use it against me. I'm still going in the first round. Then I go to Denver. I wait my time because we have a really good team. I get a championship. I learned under Jamal Murray. I learned under Jokic. I learned under Aaron Gordon, which is a tough offense because a lot of times in that offense, it's read and react. They don't run things. It looks like they are. It's a lot of read and react, being honest. They run Peja systems Peja action, different sets, but it's off of read and react majority of the time. Wait your turn. Players go down. Aaron Gordon gets hurt. A lot of players get hurt. Cam Johnson goes down. Now it's your time to bake. And over the last 3, you've been baking. So shout out to Peyton Watson. I want to show love to the boy P. Watt. I
played with P. Watt. He played for they used to send him down to the G League team in Grand Rapids. He used to had to fly in late night, work out early in the morning, then play, and then had to fly back to Denver when he played for the Grand Rapids Gold, which is the G League affiliate team. So I got to have some good conversations with P. Watt, and he's a live wire, bro. Athletic, long wingspan, can do a little bit of everything, play off the dribble, block shots, rebound. But you're right. He learned, bro. He watched and learned. Shout out to Coach Andre Miller, too. He was the coach out there for the G League team, kind of helped out as well. But P. Watt really waited his turn, man. And when he got an opportunity, he really took advantage. And he's figured out his niche in the league and know who he is now.
Yep. And I feel like Denver's one of those tough teams to go to. There's tough things amongst the league. When you're a winning team and you got guys like Jokic, Jamal Murray, in the playoff read and react, cut into the basket, doing the small little details. It's not very easy for a lot of players to do that.
Not young players, sure.
Yeah, exactly. And for Payton to do that now and to bake up too as well, shout out to you, bro. Hold on. And I want to show more love to somebody else too on that roster. Let me go to the game because I do not want to leave anybody behind. No man gets left behind like we're in a scary movie, right? let me also show.
Hey, Peyton got drafted in the first round, first round.
Yeah, late first. Yep.
So one thing about it is like, how many other players you think could have had maybe this outcome, like the same situation happened in college, but then they didn't go first round though. They kind of went a little late, second round.
Or don't get drafted at all.
Yeah, because it's been happening a lot, and like it ended up working out really well for him. But then some of those other kids in his class and some of these guys at McDonald's All-Americans that kind of followed that path last couple of years, it hasn't really worked out. Yeah. So this is definitely one of the success stories. But that's what I'm saying. Like, what do you think? What do you think? Why? Because he got drafted to that team. Obviously, I'm not taking anything away from his greatness, what he's doing, but like the opportunity that he ended up getting. You think it's because he's first round, or if he was second round, you think it would not have been the same outcome?
I think
players the same.
Every situation is different. Sometimes luck plays a part. Sometimes who you know plays a part in your situation. Yeah. Obviously, he had the right people watching him. Not all organizations have the same eye, but he had a guy. They fired him. Obviously, the leadership who brought him in, but he did a good job of bringing him in, seeing the potential that he had and bringing him in. I think sometimes you get fortunate with your representation. You get fortunate with the teams who value what you can do, and not everybody has that. And I would tell most people, don't try the route he tried, because it probably won't work out. There's always exceptions to the rule, and he's a major exception to the rule. But like Jordan said, he had a good attitude, though. He didn't get bad intel. He was still working on his game. He was still in shape. So when he went to them draft workouts, he showed like, hey, I'm still a guy. I can hoop. I just didn't get opportunity. And so, always staying ready for your opportunity might come in college. It might come in the pros. You never know. That's why they say just work out, and keep a good attitude. And you never know when you're going to get your chance. And he's a perfect, segue for that.
Yep. Yeah. And shout out to Calvin Booth, who Norris was referring to. Also to my dog, Mike Penberthy. A little bit, I can speak about it now. Just talking about when, to that team, when they did draft Peyton, they were like, we know it's a process, but we're willing to wait. And I think that's a good thing about teams is that now in this new NBA, you have so many young guys that a lot of times I feel like the lifespan of players has kind of decreased. Like people teams move away from a player really quick, but they understood that this was going to be a process with him and they were willing to wait that process. And I got to show love to Denver on doing that. And Peyton helped his case too, though. A lot of kids do not help their case and don't be the one that's good around the locker room, actually knows and does the right things when their name is called, plays hard, offensively continues to develop, even though probably they'll have some probably bumps in the road in terms of like what they wanted from him. But each year continue to progress and being able to fight through adversity, bro.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
And it's easier too when you got the Joker. You don't have to rush your process when you got, a top two player in the league in the backcourt mate they just won a championship, was on their way. It's good to be able to have that there too, so that you don't have to rush their process.
But then sometimes that hurts you though, because I've seen it a million times, and we're going to talk about a team that did do that, but we'll talk about that later on the show. But there's been a lot of cases where a team is so good that you just never see a bright spot from a player because he doesn't get the opportunity. So it's a mixture of both. I agree with you on that. It's a mixture of both. But yeah, shout out to P. Watt. Also, dang, I just had him. Jalen Pickett, player out of Siena. Want to show love to you, dog. You had 29 points, 7 assists, 5 rebounds, and a big win against Philadelphia. Showing love to you on that side, too. Jalen Pickett was a 2023 second-round pick. It was a 32nd pick for Indiana. So got to show love to that. CL Smooth said it's a good thing. Nuggets maybe rush Bobo. I think they gave him time. I think a lot of Bobo's situation has other stuff to do with that because Bobo's around for like 3 or 4 years on that team, right? He was around. Then remember in the bubble they played that big lineup where they had Bobo play at like the point. They were doing a lot of stuff. So I don't know on the Bobo.
Where is Bobo?
I don't know,
I
but
don't know.
I don't know if he ever really got a fair chance. I don't know what his maturity like, but he's an NBA player. I don't know why he don't get a chance. He must really be doing some stuff that we don't know. For him not to get a chance at the high athleticism skill he has, something's weird about that.
Yeah.
There has to be something.
Shout out to Spencer Jones for their team, though. We ain't see that coming. Spencer Jones for the Nuggets. Sharpshooter, bro. He's been cooking up, bro. Shooting the 3 ball.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. They got a lot of stuff over there, man.
Yep.
Yeah, Shaq did say he was like Wemby. He got a skill set, man. Yeah, Reed Dion said he's a free agent. Yeah, we've been trying to figure out where the man Bobo is because he's not in the G League.
Yeah, it felt like he fell off the face of the earth.
Yeah, I have no idea where Bobo is, to be honest. Hopefully Bobo is.
And he's still super young. He's still young too, bro.
Right. Yeah, how old is he? Let's see.
He was young when he came.
He also said Shaq said Bobo was like Wemby before Wemby.
Yeah, he did. He said that.
Norris, when did the NBA start changing on like you only get a year or 2 to show what you can do? Because I swear back in the day, bro, you get like at least 3 to 4 for sure if you first round.
When they took away the vets and they started adding that those 2-way, added the 3 2-ways, they stopped having to be as patient. It's like, oh, this young player don't work, send him to the G, let's get another one. And they just started putting them on rotation, because they don't have to pay them that much. You know, when you have to pay a guy, you have to really make sure that investment is not good before you cut him, because you pay him so much money. It's like, hold up, wait, we got to make sure that he's not the one before we release him. But now they're not really paying him so much money. They can be like, oh, nah, ain't a fit. Send him to the G. Let's try the next one, because they draft so young now.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
and that's the scary thing.
Yeah, and they don't know what role they want these. They drafting these guys off of so much potential. They don't even know. They don't even see how they fit on their team. They just like, man, he got potential. Let's get him, and we'll figure it out. Versus back then, they brought you in to play a fit, like to play a particular role on the team.
Yeah.
Like now we're bringing in so many young guys. It's like we'll figure it out. Let's develop him and see where he fits in. Versus back then, it's like we know where we see him fitting on our team. And then that way you know how to develop him, because you know what you're going to use him for on your team. So the league's different now, bro.
Yep.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Ashton. What were you going to say?
It says, do y'all think the Nuggets will hold or maybe be in the playing games?
Well, they're 4 right now in the West. They're 24-12. In order for them to go to the 7th seed, they're 3 games. The Suns are 3 games behind for them to go into play-in. So, I mean, right now, they just said this morning that Jokic is going to return after the All-Star break.
Joker's going to be back.
Yeah, so I can see them still getting in, to be honest. I mean, they just beat a good Philly team who's been baking. I don't even know how they won that game. They won that game without Jamal Murray, and they won that game without what's the name? So
I think this is gonna make them scarier, because these dudes are gonna really get to play and develop without the Joker. And then when Joker come back, they're gonna be able to depend on some of these boys later on. And Joker gonna be a little bit fresher, even though he's hurt. He's gonna be a little fresher because he's gonna take his time coming back. I think this is gonna make Denver kind of scary, actually.
Yeah.
Like, because even if they do drop, do you want to play them if you're a top 3 seed? Do you really want to play them in the first round or second round? No, you do not.
No.
They dropped to 7. They dropped to, imagine they dropped to 6 or 7. Man, those top teams are
the West ain't no joke.
Man, I do not want to see the Joker in the first round if I'm a top team.
Absolutely not.
I want to see him
back having some time off.
Man.
Yeah. You make a good point there.
Next situation, Pooh Bear, I'm glad that you did bring this up. So just recently, yesterday, which is very rare too, by the way, it just came out that Trae Young, and the Atlanta Hawks are both deciding to part ways and figure out a good trade partner for him. The reason why I did hear this a few days ago, but out of respect, I didn't post it because, a lot of stuff just happens eternally. But this is the first time, being honest, I've seen on the CAA side them announce 4 different agents. Shout out to Aaron Mintz and Drew and all of them down there. And I was like, wow, it's really happening. Trae Young definitely, when you see the agents' names get brought up into a conversation, you know it's very serious and a real situation. And it must be have a little bit of turmoil over there to go and do that. Because I never see that from an agency, especially like CIA. They never really do that. So, guys, it's happening. Telling you that right now. What are you guys' thoughts on what's going on with the Atlanta situation and the Trae situation?
Ooh, I would say one, Trae, let your representation do everything. Like you had such a great career in Atlanta. Atlanta's gonna probably maybe retire your jersey. You know, you gave them some great years of production where you led the NBA in categories and you had a great career there. So if it is the end there, don't make it ugly because they're gonna bring you back later on in your career and honor you the way it's supposed to. So, but if you make it ugly, it makes it harder for them to do that. So I would say let your representation, handle all of that. Don't you say anything, that would make their franchise look bad or make yourself look bad. Just let your representation do it and then use your platform to tell your story later on. Like use your streaming, use your documentary, use your content to tell the story later on. Secondly, if you do go to another team, make sure you go to the right team. I know he wants to get another payday, another max deal. I know he wants that, but he also wants to go to a team that can win and contend. The only problem with that is if you're a contending team out there, you're going to probably have to give up a lot to get Trae. So is there a team that can find the balance of bringing him in without losing so much so that team can continue to be a contending team? Because over history, it hasn't been proven except maybe once or twice that you can have a little guard be your lead player on a championship team. I think Isaiah Thomas did it, and then Steph did it, but Steph is not really that little. It's Steph's 6'3", so it hasn't been proven in history that your best player on a championship team can be a small guard. So teams are going to have to balance how much they give up in order to bring him in.
Sure.
Yeah. And I think just maybe it could be a side of relief for Trae a little bit because this is something that's been, escalating, I would say, for over the past year, and for sure, maybe even a little longer. And obviously a player like that, they're definitely going to hear and see everything that comes up about their name being in a trade talk. And then how we were kind of talking about, I would say a couple of weeks ago, just how obviously when he was injured, Atlanta had been playing really well. Some of their other guys were getting opportunity. Their front office was looking at it like, do we keep him? Do we go ahead and make the move now? Obviously, his representation is getting out of it ahead of it before. The team could probably be the ones doing it. Obviously, they're working together. Like Nora said, I think the main thing is, just keep hooping and just go on with your day and go on, keep continuing out your season, go on with your business. Let your agent and them handle everything the right way. He has done great things for Atlanta. And I'm excited to see where he can get to next, knowing that that's somebody who wants to win and obviously wants to get paid. And I'm sure he wants to shut all the naysayers up by saying that he can't win and all these different things. And so it's going to be interesting to see. Like you said, Norris, it is going to take a team to give up a lot to get him. But if he can get to the right situation and get the right pieces around him, I think he could definitely help elevate another team's team and get them farther in the playoffs for sure.
Yeah.
This is why injuries suck, man, because you can't control injuries, but there's all in this league. The league is a cutthroat league, and somebody go down, that's another opportunity for somebody to show what they can do. And these young boys who never got this type of opportunity, but they've shown it. And because they've shown it at the age that they're at, the organization, the franchise can't ignore it anymore. They used to have to kind of put up with Trae because Trae was producing at a high level. So anything they didn't like, they just had to take it. Like, hey, man, this dude giving us 28 and 10 every night. Whatever things like, we can get over it. But now they we got a young star over here. We got a secondary player who we didn't know was going to be a star. And we just drafted a number 1 draft pick or number 2 pick, Richard Sharp. He was number 1. So they young nucleus is man, we look good. Plus this coach has a different philosophy anyway. When he first came in, people wasn't sure how him and Trae was going to rock because he was coming in from a different type of philosophy. He's for efficiency and ball movement. Trae, he likes to handle the ball a lot, like a lot. So it's a philosophy difference. And so they tried to make it work. But once Trey went out, the team went to how the coach really wants to play and has some success. So now management's like, well, we can't ignore that anymore. And so now a move has to be made. It's just the business of basketball. I just hope Trey don't make it ugly because he's done great for Atlanta. And I hope Atlanta appreciates him too, because in the playoffs, you need a player like Trey. In the playoffs, you need a closer. Now, these young dudes are playing good, but they haven't proven that they can close in a playoff series like Trey has proven.
Yeah. And Jay, you know the league like the back of your hand. Where do you think it, I mean, I know you can't. Where do you think he could fit in though? What team could really use him?
I think the best team, number one, if you guys are looking at teams, to give you guys advice, not you guys, not in the people in here, but I'm talking about the guys who are listening. Number one, look at cap, look at roster build. There's a lot of teams in this NBA that do not need a point guard. That's the hardest spot right now in the NBA. And then two, you have a draft that has hella point guards. The Darius Jacobs, Kingston Fleming, Michael Brown, all those prospects. So a lot of those teams are like, we kind of like where we are. We're not winning games. We're gonna wait till next year. We get a player on a rookie scale contract, which means he's less. Would be 10 million compared to 46 million. Big difference. And you have him for 4 years. And two, we can just build around him, kind of mold him into what we want him to be. So as of right now, after looking at that, I would say the best team right now, I think, would be probably the Wizards at this moment, who want to win at this point. Have the GM now, who just came from OKC. He's probably tired of the let's wait around, see if we get the number one pick. We got to win now. Let's get a guy to get some buckets for us. And the scary thing about Trey, the boy is very skilled. He's still young. And him leaving Atlanta could actually fire him up. So Trey on that Washington Wizards team would actually kind of go crazy. I'm not going to lie. It's tough. It ends for me. But I would say the team right now would be Washington in terms of cap. They have enough cap to get brought onto them. They have enough expiring contracts. Guys like CJ McCollum, who already knew when he got traded that he was going to get traded again in a situation because he's expiring. Situations actually really work well enough with each other. But as of right now, I would say Washington, honestly, is really kind of the only other one. Can't do Brooklyn, guys, for all the people who I've seen say Brooklyn. They drafted 3 guard. They have Yegor Denham, who's trying to figure out if he's a shooting guard or point guard. You have Nolan Traore. You got Drake Powell. You got hella guards over there.
You got Cam over there who don't want his shots being taken up.
Exactly. And he playing 21 minutes. That kind of tells you what they're trying to figure out. And they could potentially get to a top pick next year. They just don't know. And then if you got it when you trade for Trae Young, what comes with Trae right now is the contract extension. See, I saw you post that. He got to get an extension. So when you trade for someone like that, you got to know, okay, we got to give him an extension, which basically shows what? He's our franchise guy. We're going through him. A lot of teams right now in this big draft, they're trying to figure out, man, what pick are we going to have?
Yeah, that's true.
So I don't know. It's a lot to go. UJ said he likes Toronto. Toronto could be a good one. I like the Toronto situation.
Because they have good wing defenders and rim protection that could protect his weaknesses. Because his weakness is on defense. He's one of the weaker defenders at the point guard position in the league. But the reason he's been able to survive that is because his offense, sometimes makes up for that and counteracts that. And so if you can go somewhere where you can have a great back line or wings that can protect him, he just has to be adequate on defense, and then he can make up the rest for it using his teammates. And then on offense, his points and assists will make up for that.
What's the name said? Go ahead.
I would say after what we saw, I mean, I don't think we'll see something like this ever happen again with the Lucas stuff, but I just feel like the way the league is now, nobody's safe. It don't matter who you are. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see one or two other top dogs or some big dogs get shuffled around and get traded too. And there can be some other domino effects that we're not even thinking of right now.
Yeah, it might be a 3-team trade for Trey. They might have to
what I
include
mean?
another team,
Yeah.
Like
I can see something happening.
I will say Miami would be good, but we don't run pick and roll like that much anymore. And so I don't know if Spo wants to go back to that philosophy, but if he did, I think
we know what y'all trying to get.
Yeah. I'm just saying though,
y'all try to get freaky over there. That's what y'all trying to do.
Hey, yo.
Hey, don't spill the beans.
Hey, it already got spilled when my man Spoelstra's son went up there with his Christmas list and had Giannis up there on the Christmas list. So I think it got
that was funny though.
Once we saw that, to be honest with you, dog, I don't know. I was gonna keep it low key, but I think it got spoiled after I saw that.
Yeah, that's a fact.
That's funny.
You might get them too.
What did Pooh say? You said, but like Pooh said, the team is game. Won't get into the playoffs. Yeah, but they've been trying to, Pooh, to answer your question, because you said, I'm gonna put that up. You said you go to the Wizards, it won't help them get to the playoffs, but they just been trying to find the point guard. The Bud Carrington situation, he's been playing better, but they've been trying to get a lot of young guards to bring in and figure out that situation. So that's why it kind of shores that up. And then you got Keyshawn George, who they speak very highly of over there. They like him a lot. And then also you got to remind yourself too about Alex Sarr. What does that do for him? You have him running pick and roll.
Dynamic role
pick and pop. Like them two together is elite. And they're young. So, like, they're still young. It kind of works, just to be honest, because the way Sarr's making and have them two in the pick and roll and the pick and pop, one thing Trey going to do, he going to dime that off. So, like, I kind of like it. I'm not going to lie.
It's decent. Now, what if he stays and finishes the year and then in the offseason they trade him? I think Atlanta Hawks will have a good playoffs. Because they're going to need a closer in the playoffs.
But after you see the agent,
it's hot. It's hot right now. They say, we out.
It's not the first time in history things has been hot and the trade had to happen. True. Because the team is not going to take the team going to want everything they can get for Trey. They're not going to take no 2 cents on the dollar for Trey because his worth is up there right now. So they can demand whoever's going to put their bid in for Trey, they got to come correct. If they don't come correct, Atlanta can wait it out. They have the luxury of being able to wait it out. They got the luxury. They can be like, hey, if we ain't get what we want, we can wait and do this in the offseason when things die down so we can, get a better look at it. Because what they can't do is trade Trey Young and not get what they worth to not help them young boys. They got to get the true value from Trey so that they can continue to help those young boys go to the next level. They have to, or it don't even make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. Because then Atlanta, I also saw. I mean, I think it's real. The what's his Ricochet, the French kid, the number 1 pick, a couple of years ago. They talking about trading him too. Or am I not mistaken?
Yeah, that's what I've been hearing too. To be honest.
Yeah. So
he's not
Atlanta's trying to.
He's not untradeable.
Yeah. They're trying to make some moves for sure. Like Norris was saying, when they saw those young boys hooping, the last month and a half, I think it's kind of starting to change the narrative of some things over there. But it's definitely going to be an interesting situation to follow. But mark my words, I think there's going to be some other names thrown in this thing too here. We're like, oh, okay, I didn't see that happening.
Yep. Block is hot. Next thing, speaking of the block is he's speaking of the block is hot. The block is hot. I was going to do that, but the voice wasn't there yet right now.
So
no. I was about to get to that. Going on to the next one, Ashton, bring us into the KD, man.
Man, KD, obviously, if you guys watched the game, he had 26 points and 10 rebounds, but he hit that game winner and told them boys to go home. And he was playing against his former team, the Suns, and he had a quote saying, "I don't mean to sound too dramatic, but I will. To be kicked out of a place, and I felt like I've been scapegoated for the issues we had as a team last year. Yeah, it felt good to beat them and hit a game-winning shot." So Let's dive into that, fellas. How do we feel?
He told him like this. He told him like this. Get
He
him
told
out of
them
here.
boys, get out.
I know that felt good, man. I know that felt good, right?
Yeah,
I mean, there's got to be no better feeling. You know, the way that I mean, he is pretty much right. I mean, that's kind of how it looked, you know, from the outside. And, you know, then him obviously going to Houston, I think is a great situation for him for his career. And then, I mean, obviously there's no better feeling than probably hitting a game winner against a team that you feel like, you know, disrespected you like that. So, it was a cool moment to see. And I mean, his team is hooping right now, and so is he. So, it was a good game for sure.
Was he scapegoated though? Was he really scapegoated?
I don't know. I feel like KD is just like misunderstood, and I don't know. I just kind of feel like I don't know. It was a very strange situation. Obviously, the stuff with Bradley Beal being injured, and then they can never always really figure that out. And then, you know, obviously D Book is going to be, you know, their Kobe of that franchise, as I feel like he should be. I mean, then who else can you know, point the finger at? Obviously, they've been going through coaches over the last couple of years. And I don't know. I think sometimes KD's misunderstood from some of his coaches. And then, you know, he is who he is, and he's going to be set in his ways as he has all the respect he should be. And I feel like sometimes he gets that, like, I don't know. I feel like they put that narrative on him sometimes. And then we kind of which takes away sometimes from his greatness. Like, you always got to hear about like keeping him happy, this and that. Like, bro, he's one of one, bro. Like, he can act like that, in my opinion.
See, I disagree. I don't agree with that. I don't.
Really?
I think that when you're a great player, you have great responsibilities, and he's not just a great player; he's an all-time great player. And just because you're not used to doing something, don't mean that you get to be fixed in your ways and not make adjustments. They went through 3 coaches over there, so it ain't the coaching. It had to be some of the players. And when you look at that, that means guess who you have to look at? You have to look at the best players. Are they coachable? Can they make adjustments? When a coach asks you to do something that you have the ability to do, but it's uncomfortable for you, the all-time greats to make it work, they get uncomfortable to make it work, or at least to see if it can work. And him and some of them other guys over there was not willing to do that. And so I'm not saying it's all his fault, but he played a part in that. As the all-time great player, sitting back and trying to say that's not how I am, I'm quiet, I don't do that, I don't lead that way, whatever. Well, the team might need that in order for the team to be successful. And the all-time greats, the ones that are at a different table, they was able to figure it out and do that. And so I think that it's not his fault. It's not totally his fault, but he played a role in why it didn't work in Phoenix. You can't just say, oh, well, the coaches that they brought in here, it didn't work out. No, it had to do something with the players too, and the lack of accountability that was going on. And it was clearly evident. If you watch basketball and you watch high-level teams and you was watching that Suns team, it was some accountability issues going on over there. But as a player, though, on the flip side of it, anytime you can whoop your old team and send them home, that's dope. Just from the player side, that's dope. I think that is dope. Yeah. But from the other side, I don't want to scapegoat him and say it's all his fault. But he played a role in that Suns team not working out, going through 3 coaches like that. 2 of them was championship coaches. So that means they figured it out and they did it before what they was talking about. And they still didn't act right. The players still didn't act right. So, you know, he had to play some type of part in that.
Now, I got a question for Norris. My bad, Jay, real quick. Just while it's hot. Like, all right, so if anyone can say that, I feel like you can say that because you was on the team with Bron, D Wade, Chris Bosh. Like, everybody had to take a step back, right? They had to sacrifice something. But who leads the conversation? How do you make that work? Like, do they just all come together? Does one guy step up, Bron, D Wade, whoever it is in the group? Like, how do you get everybody on the same page to make it work?
I would say, one, it takes everybody to have the attitude of being willing to make it work. Like, they were all, like, D Wade took a huge sacrifice. Bron obviously sacrificed, but Bron also did some things that made him uncomfortable. He learned how to play in the post. He learned, you know, different things that before he wasn't doing. So he got kind of out of his comfort zone. And then what did he do? It took his game to the next level. Chris Bosh went from being a 24-12 guy to being a 19-10 guy, 19-9 guy. Big drop off in like production, but he won. So he had the idea of like, I'm gonna do what I have to do to make it work, even though he's never done it before. None of the three of those guys had ever done that before. But that's why we look at them how we look at them, because they said, you know what? This is not quote unquote my game, but I can adjust my game to help the team win, and then all of us are going to win. You hear a lot of guys nowadays like, that ain't my game, so I'm not going to do that. And then we say, well, they're that good, the coaches should allow that. And I'm saying, no, they shouldn't. We should have a package for you to play your game, but we also need you to be like, hey, come on the team side and do what we need you to do, which might be a little bit out of your comfort zone. And then that way we have a balance. And that's what all the great players do. That's what MJ did. MJ went from averaging 35 a game to like, oh, I'm going to get it down to like 30 a game. Yeah. Tim Duncan made it work. Kobe made it work. Shaq made it work. Like all the all-time guys, Magic Johnson made it work. Like, what are we talking about? Like, sometimes you got to like play a role that's like a little bit uncomfortable for you in order to make the team work. That don't mean you ain't gonna get your points and your shots and stuff. It just means that we're gonna ask you to do some things that are a little bit uncomfortable. But every championship team does that. Every championship team has players that sacrifice for the betterment of the team, and that's why teams are legendary, and that's why great players turn to all-time great players, and that's why role players turn into like beloved players in communities, because people see the sacrifice that they make in order for the team to win. So like I watch D-Wade every day. Like we knew he could do more, but he also knew in order for us to win, Brian had to take the lead. And Brian always made sure he gave D-Wade his credit because he knew what D-Wade was doing. And then everybody had to give CB1 his credit because we know he was torching the East, 24-10 a night, 24-12 a night. So everybody was like, hey, listen, we understand what we're doing for the betterment of the team. And that's why we're a legendary team. That's why I believe we're one of the best teams ever, because it's two other guys other than Brian that can go crazy on you if they need to. You know, so I think that in order for a star player to even go to another possible level, they have to have a attitude of like sacrifice. And I think KD kind of missed that opportunity in Phoenix. Now he's kind of embracing that in Houston. I don't know if because he speaks the same language as Udoka, like, but he's playing better defense. He's assisting the ball really well. You know, he seems like he's a little bit more vocal, a little bit like he seems like he's doing everything in Houston that they wanted him to do in Phoenix. It's just what it seems like from the outside looking in.
As a star, I mean, like as a coach, if your star player doesn't buy in, what do you do? Like how does that team dynamic even look?
I think what Norris was saying is like when he was talking about the communication, the language between him and Ime. I think the main thing is you'd be surprised how some of these players, they don't talk to each other. You know what I mean? Like,
someone must be calling them.
Tim Duncan, all the greats that he named, like these guys communicated. They would talk with each other. They would talk with the coaches. They would talk with the player. Like, yo, I'm sure D-Wade and Bron was probably like, yo, I'm not gonna do this, and D-Wade, you come up and do this, and then D-Wade's probably telling Bosh, you like that stuff nowadays. They don't really talk anymore. You know what I mean? So like, there's that. If you're gonna sacrifice something or you're gonna change your game, you're gonna tweak something instead of having like that ego. Like, no, I'm gonna stick to my ways. Like them guys have that. They have to have them hard conversations with one another, and I think that's one of the issues where now it's hard for NBA coach to, be bold and tell a superstar the truth and to tell him exactly what he's got to do. And then I think it's hard for some of these top players to step up and take the ownership and say like, all right, maybe I got to, like he's saying, not average 35, but average 30 to help, my other star on the team average 5 more points to help our team become better. But I just think it comes down to communication. And I think that's something that's kind of lacking in the league now.
But I think the value of a coach, though, the value of a coach makes it so tough because you're paying players so much money. You're not paying the coach enough money, or you're not paying the coach the same amount of money. So obviously the coach is more expendable. But those were 2 championship coaches. Frank Vogel had won a chip. The other coach had just won a chip in Coach Budenholzer had just won a chip in Milwaukee. So it's not like it was 2 guys that hadn't won a chip that was telling you to do something. You're talking about 2 championship coaches that's asking you to do something. So the fact that was rejected, it tells me something about that group of players. That's all I'm saying. Because Spo, Popovich, Phil Jackson, Doc Rivers, coaches that won championships that had, great players. You got to think all the coaches I just named had great players that are all, upper echelon players. They got those players to buy in, and those players kind of took a small step. I don't like to say step back because they still won the chip, but they sacrificed whatever they needed to sacrifice so that the team could win. And that's why those stars are looked at the way they're looked at. And that's why kind of like, KD's looked at kind of how he's looked at. He's the ultimate scorer, Swiss, he's the ultimate plug and play star. He can play in any system, but when it comes to the getting it done part all the time, sometimes because of his personality, he's like, man, that ain't me. And I'm only going to always be me. And that's cool because obviously his career is great. But that's kind of a difference between like a, kind of like a Steph or a LeBron or whatever, because those guys was willing to sacrifice certain things.
But I'm curious to think, because this is a specific quote. He said, "I felt like I've been scapegoated for the issues we had as a team last year." So with that being said, like, can it two things be true?
Like what though? What two things you talking about?
Like he is the like they put him as a scapegoat, but he also probably wasn't buying in.
I mean, if you're not buying in and you're the best player, what normally happens on every other team when the best player don't do something?
I'm just trying to play devil's advocate, because like
if LeBron does that, does he get blamed or scapegoated?
Well, LeBron gets blamed for everything.
I'm just saying, and I'm gonna go to some other players. If Kobe did that when Kobe had an attitude in LA for those years, and even though he was cooking, was he getting blamed and scapegoated?
Yeah,
he was. When Jordan was trying to get over the hump early in his career, Scottie Pippen hadn't arrived yet. He was trying to do everything he could, but they was like, man, there's no way a scoring champ can win a championship. Was he getting scapegoated? He was. So it's not like this is the first time. I mean, that kind of come with the territory. It's not always fair, but that's just what come with the territory. Big Ticket was doing everything he could in Minnesota. Everything he could. Couldn't get over the hump. Some people was like, man, he can't get it done. And it wasn't fair. He was doing everything he could, but he kind of got, scapegoated. So that just come with the territory when you're the highest level player on the team. And then when you don't buy into the coach, when the coach asks you to do something, you be like, I don't do that.
Do we know he wasn't buying in?
Yes.
I don't think
yes.
so.
Like, because I'm trying to figure out how we got this.
You know that. Everybody knew that.
There got to be a lot of stuff with that team. There's a lot.
It was not just that though. That's what I'm saying. It's not just him though, but he played a role in it though. You don't think that he could have influenced Devin Booker and Bill to listen to coach?
But why couldn't Devin?
We in the new era, bro.
Man, nah, bro.
They gonna be like Kev gonna be for the players, bro. They gonna be like Kev was suck. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, they won't. He's the best player. He's an all-time great. Anytime
it's wrong, it's wrong though. You don't know.
I don't know an all-time great player speak, everybody listens. I know that for a fact.
They do, but I don't know. That situation was poison over there, though. I heard, and then it's not just Kev on that side. So I don't know. That one's tough.
They went through three coaches, and two of them was championship coaches. You can't tell me it's just on the staff.
Yeah, but there's a lot of stuff too internally too that go on. I don't know. That one's a hard one.
Man, buy in, bro. Buy in unless you can see if it worked. If you halfway in, halfway out, you will never see if it worked. Buy in all the way. That way, if it didn't work, you can be like, man, I tried everything. It just didn't work out. That didn't happen. We know that didn't happen.
So what if Kevin came out saying that? What if he said, like, I bought into the system and it didn't work out? Then it's a whole different narrative.
It's a whole different narrative.
So all we need is Kevin to say that.
He might not want to say that. I mean, he might feel like if he do that, he might be scapegoat.
He'll go snitch and be like, "Yo, guys, this is gonna happen." That's why I'm always gonna stay with Kev, bro, because Kev don't be snitching. He don't be saying too much.
He ain't gonna say too much.
He easily go and be like, "This is what the problem was."
Facts.
But he don't do it. That's why I'm like, cool, bro.
Because if he do that, that means he might throw some other players under the bus. So
yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
He had just came from Golden State where there was total buy-in. He had just came from there, so he know what it's supposed to look like.
And Dion, I see this question. This is why it's up there. We see this question maybe 8 million times. I know everyone else has their own opinion. I would say Kevin Durant's legacy is not affected by this. This is why. Number one, let's talk about the streets. Let's talk about the streets. When it comes to streets, if a dude really ruined his legacy, you would know it immediately. When Kev hoops, people say, what? He is one of one.
Truly.
Right?
Yeah.
For me, I would say his legacy for the Warriors situation is not ruined. Do you know why? Because when he retires, and even 50 years from now, people are going to turn that Kevin Durant footage on and watch how he looked over his defenders, was efficient, how he did win some championships, because probably by then, every team's going to have 3 stars. Just being honest. Probably 50 years from now when we're long gone. So as we look at it in this era, because stuff has changed over time, we look at stuff different. Maybe by then, there might be 5 superstars on the team. We don't know. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I don't think it gets affected because of how I see the streets react. Because sometimes on Swish, when you post a guy, you know these dudes don't rock with this dude. Yo, fact. They don't rock with this guy. No matter how much we try and push the narrative, the streets talk. They be like, no, we ain't rocking. He not it. Kev, I don't see that. Now, people might say some people have my other opinions, but I wouldn't say his legacy gets affected by it. That's all I'm saying. Y'all can have y'all floor on that, but that's what I'm thinking.
I would say as a hooper, it's not affected. Everybody knows how great of a player he is. I would say legacy is affected, though, because he's not rated as high as he should be. Like the hoopers know he's one-on-one. He's one of them ones. But when you start talking about ranking him among the Titans, it's affected by that move, because people can't help but look at it and say, hey, listen, like you said, 50 years from now, nobody's going to care. But the people who lived through it and watched it, it just comes down to a team you was up 3-1, you lost, and then you go to that next team. For the people who lived through that, that's just people going to feel how they feel about that. And they have a right to on either side. They have a right to be like, man, I think that's weak. Just like other people say, well, he has a right to go where he thinks is the best for him. Yeah. You know, both sides can be true. And so I think that affects why people don't rank him as high as he should be rated or could be rated. Because let's just be honest, if he doesn't go there and he wins OKC, there's arguments between him.
He'll probably be
in the conversation with LeBron, Kobe, Steph, all of them. He would be all in that conversation religiously. Tim Duncan, he would be all in that conversation. But because of that move he made, some people just ain't respecting it. And so I think it affects his legacy from where he's rated. But from a basketball player's perspective, you know who I am.
Facts.
Kevin Durant. Like, everybody.
In that he should be rated higher. Yeah, because I do see a lot of lists. I'm like, oh my God. Y'all some disrespectful, you know what? Like, what?
And that's why. That's the only reason why. Because before he went to Golden State, how was we talking about Kevin Durant? It's him and LeBron and D Rose, top players in the league. That's all you heard. Who's going to be better this year, Bron or KD? Bron or KD? That's all we heard. And then when he went to Golden State and then Brooklyn, it's like that talk died down, even though his production didn't die down. So the story, the media behind it, however you want to put it, it changed. It changed for whatever reason.
Yeah. Boogie on TikTok said KD not a number one option on a ring-winning team, never has been or will be.
All right. Now we get carried away, bro.
I mean,
that's people have their right to say that, though. We haven't seen it. They got their right to say that, and just like we have our right to say.
KD on that team was on the Warriors when he was there, and I wonder. I wish Kev could go out. I hope he does when he's retired. And comes out and says why he went to the Warriors, because partially some of it to me is showcasing that I could go to that team and I'm the best player on that team. Yeah, because like when he was playing in that series, bro, I was like, golly, I hope Kevin Durant's not on this team next year, because this guy is the best player in moments on the floor. And Bron was going crazy, but I really think Kev wanted to go to that team and prove I'm the best player in the world. Because when he would play, I would feel like this guy was the best player in the world.
Me too. I felt it.
He was never better than Bron. Not
No,
ever. Not
I'm talking about when he was playing in moments.
Oh,
Him and Bron were going against each other. I was like, yo, KD is the best player on that Warriors team. Not to me, like just being honest. And like in moments during that playoffs, I was just like, dog, this dude's different, bro. This team's unbeatable.
Bro, I think it was man. He went to the team. It's like we knew they was gonna win. Like if he didn't get hurt, I think they might have ran off 3-4 straight. Like I didn't see the way the league is structured. I didn't see nobody that could beat them.
Facts, the Dubs needed Kev, CL. Yes, they needed him. They weren't gonna make it out. What? Yeah, that boy Brown was on some different type stuff. I mean, artist, bro, he was different. So when I saw Kev matching it, I'm like, oh my God, this is Duo the Titans. Hey. Duo the Titans. I'm like, yo, they can't beat these guys. Because I saw Bron do whatever, like, if y'all watch that series back, what Bron was doing was incredible. And it felt like he wasn't doing it because the Warriors were in control, bro.
Right there, yeah.
Just being honest.
I mean, what's that?
All that option being the number one option stuff, that made him slide out of there, and then that's got us where we're at now, though, man.
I know, facts. But what's crazy is why don't we as a group say, you know what? This KD team, this Warriors team, and I know Norris is going to disagree with this, it's the best team of all time. We never talk about it like that.
They're one of them. They're not the, but they one of them.
We know you're not going against the Bulls. We know that.
How many?
They might scrub the Bulls.
They was a. You said they might what?
They might scrub the Bulls. Their team was unreal, bro. That team that we saw, that Warriors team when they were healthy, what they did to the Cavs, that team was crazy.
They was OD, especially for the era that they played in was OD. But don't disrespect the Shaq team.
I'm not disrespecting.
Just as OD as KD is, just as OD as you think KD is, Shaq was just as OD or more.
He was Jordan, OD, bro.
Jordan is more OD than all of them. So
you can say that, but Steph on the other side, Clay on the other side, Kevin Durant on one, like it's too much. It's a lot.
Scotty Kukoc on the other side, Dennis Rodman on the other side.
Bro, that was Steph and Kevin Durant during prime time. It's a lot. I can't even imagine Steph playing like stuff. But this is how OD it is to me, Norris. I couldn't imagine Steph playing with LeBron. That's low key what we witnessed. Just to be honest.
Hey.
That team was incredible.
This is what I know. This is the era. This is what I know. I know there's certain players that whenever they had a superstar playing with them, they always made it to the championship. There's certain players that had all-star teammates or all-time great teammates that sometimes they make it, sometimes they don't. You've never seen, because I don't like why you always keep throwing that Bulls team in there. You've never seen Michael Jordan have an all-star player and not win it all. Or especially an all-time great player. And then when he had two, he set records with them. You've never seen him have an all-time great player and didn't win it, ever. So anytime you name a team that could possibly beat them, just keep that in mind. Just keep that, like how you said KD with Steph, what LeBron would look like. Well, we saw what it looked like. Jordan had Scottie Pippen. As soon as Scottie Pippen became an all-star, he ran the league. Then when he had Dennis Rodman, they went 72 and whatever. Like when he had another one, he almost never lost. So when you compare that Warriors team, they're one of the greatest teams, but the Laker team only lost one game in the playoffs the whole time. Shaq dominated like that. So show respect to that group. Show respect to that group because just as OD as KD
I love that team. What are we talking about?
KD is OD. Bro? Shaq is OD.
They had
Kobe as the second wing. Like
yeah, but they have
four.
Like,
bro.
Shaq bro.
I have a question.
Shaq and Kobe. It's crazy.
I do have a question though. Why is the KD controversy so huge in comparison to like LeBron building with D Wade and Chris Bosh? Why is it like in regards to super teams? Like why is it so talked about? Like we talk about the KD joining the Warriors like all the time, but when we talk about Bron building a super team, it's not as controversial.
It's because they had a chance to beat. They could have beat, and honestly, they had that team against the ropes. A lot of people thought they were going to beat the the Warriors at that time. That's why it's being.
That's one reason why. But another reason why is that when LeBron went to the Heat, he didn't build that super team. That's one. Two, the Heat wasn't the best team in the league. Bron went to a team. Bron left the best team in the East. Bron's team was the best team in the East. The Cavaliers and the Celtics was the best team in the East. The Heat wasn't the best team in the East. So when he went there, he wasn't going to the Warriors per se. He was going to play with some good players, obviously. But like Steph had just won MVP. D-Wade didn't had just won MVP. You know what I'm saying? Draymond Green was he defensive player of the year or about to be? CB wasn't first team all defense. So it wasn't apples to apples like how people try to say it. It wasn't the same. KD went to the team that was the number one team in the West with the MVP on the team and played with them and won a chip. That's why some people have a hard time with that. Whether it's fair or not, I think I'm on both sides. I think if you don't like it, you have a right for that. If you like it, saying players should have the power, they should have the power. So for me, it's not one way or the other. I feel how I feel about it. But what Bron did was not the same. Bron didn't already go to a ready-made team. He went to a team that had to figure it out. Like the Heat was trying to figure it out. Bron and D-Wade and CB and them had to figure it out. They wasn't like one piece away. Bron wasn't the one piece that the Heat needed. They needed multiple pieces, as you can see. So that's the difference between what KD did versus what Bron did. And I think sometimes that's why people kind of make a bigger deal out of the Golden State Warrior thing versus what Bron did.
Yeah, Coley said build and join are different, LOL. And then Coley said facts, exactly. And then DJ Kirk said D-Wade and Bosch were always hurt. And then A Process said my boy Jordan.
It wasn't always hurt. Whoever said that, they don't know they wasn't always hurt.
That was DJ Kirk Anderson. I'm throwing him to the Wolves.
They was always hurt. D-Wade got hurt when we was doing the three-peat.
Then Hoop said I lost respect for LeBron going to the Heat. And then TJ said KD did what's best for him. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't do it. You can't make a decision that's best for you now.
You can, but there's also people who have a right for their opinion on it. KD know that. That's what made KD such a great interview. He understands both sides. He like people don't like it.
I love the KD interviews.
Yeah, I love KD's interviews too because he like, man, hey, if you don't like it, I get it, but I did what I thought was best.
And he respect the hoop talk. That's why I love it.
Yeah,
I always like. I be looking at.
They probably watching this right now. We don't even know.
It also shows how great he is. Because if he wasn't as great as he is, nobody would even care that much. Like it shows, like his greatness swung so much power in the league. Like it swung the whole balance of the power. Like it just killed basketball. He was so good. Like you knew when he went with Steph, it's like, oh, it's over. Then nobody can beat them.
Yeah. And everybody remembers where they were that day when that happened.
Bro, I was crushed. I'm gonna be honest. I was pissed.
Man, everyone was like, what? I remember, bro.
What? I was like, I don't even want to watch it because I know the result. I know it's about to happen.
He definitely substantially better. Remember KD in game 3 in both years, hits game-winning shots on the Cavs. But let's be real. Curry's presence helped KD. I mean, their presence helped each other. I'm just talking about the team. Like, I feel like that's the greatest team. And Norris is going to always disagree with me on the Bulls. And I don't like doing this, but like.
I don't like doing it.
When I look at what the Warriors would do to the Utah Jazz.
Bulls and Lakers
together, I'm like, come on, bro. The Warriors will go crazy on the Jazz. And respect to John Stockton and Karl Malone, Jeff Hornacek, Byron Russell, Greg Ostertag. Yeah, we can name the whole team over there.
Yeah, you can name them. Like you saying names in the past tense, but in the present tense, when I was going,
they were good, but bro, let's be real. That Warriors team is crazy.
Let me start naming players, bro. I'm gonna start naming players. I'm gonna start naming players that's on teams and playoff team championship.
I know, but bro.
Oh wait, time out. Christian Collins is in the chat. Shout out to Christian Collins, man. I just
where's he at? Where's
he's
he
in
at?
TikTok.
C. Collins, what's up, my boy? That's one of the top prospects in the country, the world, Craig, the world. Tell them they gotta believe now.
He said, "It's Christian C. What's up, twin?" That's how you know he's Hawaiian.
Twin in the building.
Oh,
Christian Collins. Hold on, bro. They got it, the man, Christian Collins. That boy over there going up, going crazy right now, too, boy. Let him know what time it is, CC. What's up, dog? What's the deal, bro? Proud of you, champ. Keep doing your thing, bro. You know what I'm saying? You got Bosco going up. Tell him, I'm the captain of this ship now.
I hope he's still in the chat. I think he might have left, but
Yeah, facts. But
real quick.
Little love.
He came in and calmed down the debate a little bit, man.
yeah, I tagged him, so he could probably come back.
Yeah,
So,
Jordan stayed disrespecting the older guys. Like he stayed doing that because it's gonna come a time when you start naming players, especially role players on teams that won in the modern day, 10, 15 years from now, they're gonna be like, bruh, they played against dudes that had this on their team and that on their team, and you can't do that. You got to stay in the present, in the moment for those teams. Plus, names don't make teams. Like a person might not have the biggest name, but that don't mean that team is not really good. And so when you say that they will mop that Utah Jazz team, they might would. I mean, they might would. But that don't have nothing to do with the Bulls, though. The Bulls did what they were supposed to do. They won. And it never went past 6 games. So that don't take away from the Bulls saying that they would mop the Jazz. I mean, that ain't saying much.
I'm just saying, bro, we got to put them in the conversation. The Warriors is one of
the
greatest.
They are one of the greatest teams. They're one of them.
The Bulls fans feel like, yo, they smacked them. I'm like, come on, bro. Let's talk about it. That's gonna be a great series, and the Warriors could win that series. Can we at least address that? Can the Warriors win that series?
I think it'll be a really good series.
Can the Warriors win the series?
No, Jordan is never losing with an all-time great player. He's never gonna lose.
You act like he's never lost, though. I don't understand. There's a way they can lose.
You act like
when have they lost when his team was healthy and had
they lost against the Pistons, bro. And that Pistons was a hell of a team.
Scotty wasn't an all-star yet. As soon as Scotty became an all-star, he never lost.
Detroit finest Ray McCallum.
Did he ever lose when Scotty became an all-star?
We did see that, Reed, but I'm talking about when KD was on the team. I didn't see them lose. We lost them. Oh, yeah. They lost when KD's Achilles popped. That's when they lost.
Yeah, I think it's a good series.
But they wouldn't have lost that.
But the Lakers, the Lakers team with Kobe and Shaq is another one. It's not like Golden State can just skip over them. You got the Bulls team, you got the 86 Celtics team, there's other teams. Our team. I don't know why you like our team ain't just gonna get wiped up by that because we had an even younger Bron with a D Wade and CB, with Ray Allen coming off the bench.
Y'all had a squad. We putting y'all in the mix. Let's do it.
Yeah, so I'm just saying you can't just say they are the great team. They one of the greatest.
Yeah,
teams.
I just want you to put them at the table. I'm tired of
the table. No.
At
the table. They
no. You got the Bulls at the wedding table. They looking down at the other tables with glasses doing champagne toasts. I don't want that. They're at the table with everybody else. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm tired of this wedding table that these two dudes is at. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it.
They definitely at the table. That's for sure. That team.
Yeah, they're at the table. Thanks.
No. Wedding table. You right about the wedding table. You are right about the wedding table.
We're right at the same table. That's it. That's all I'm saying.
I love table talk.
Man, the table talk's crazy. Oh, by the way,
talk is great.
Speaking of table talk, let's just get to these two real quick. Actually, quick 3, and we'll be done. First one, Boston Celtics. Got to talk about them. Jaylen Brown didn't have the best game yesterday, but Peyton Pritchard, Neemias Queta, the rest of the group showed that, got the dub. They're second in the East. That's why I want to talk about it. 23-12. A lot of people during that time when they traded the prospect said, this team is in rebuild mode. It doesn't look like they're in rebuild mode right now. They're at the top of the East. Cooking up, baking up. And they got a few number 1 picks by doing it. And Tatum's not here yet. This ain't no rebuild that we're watching over there in Boston.
No, it's not.
What do y'all feel about Boston right now in terms of what y'all are seeing and in terms of dynamics? Because Jason Tatum is not playing and they're at the top of the West. I mean, the top of the East.
Wild to me.
You see, Ray?
I mean, I definitely didn't see this happening. I thought it was going to be a rebuilding year for sure. I thought it was going to be a breakout year for Jaylen Brown. And he can kind of take over the reins. But, I mean, the way they're hooping right now, it's kind of like it's not – I want to compare it to, like, the Trae Young situation, but I think it's what we were saying about, like, the Hawks. Like, you got a main star player that's out now. It's giving opportunity to some of the younger guys and other role players who haven't had the roles that they're getting now. And I think the way the league is going now, I think it is very talented, and I think there's a lot of guys that can play, and there's a lot of guys that can play at a high level, but their games are so limited, based on the other 2 or 3 main players on the team, that they got to really sit in the corner. They got to really be a defensive specialist, or their game is so like held back in a way that now it's like all these guys got the leash, the leash off, and they just out there hooping. Obviously, they playing the system, the style of how Joe wants them to play, and then Jalen's going out there and doing what he does. Now the question is, what everybody asks, is Jason Tatum going to come back? I still hope he doesn't come back. I want him to take the year off and get completely healthy. But now, if they do make a deep run in the playoffs and he comes back at a later date, and he is back to himself, or not even fully, if he's like fully healthy, but his game is at 75%, it could get really interesting.
Yeah.
Time out in the chat real quick. Time out in the chat. Janetta, welcome to the chat first and foremost. And Hoops Hype, no, we are not skipping over your questions. We just trying to make the segments because we talked about one segment too long.
Yeah, and real quick, let's Hoops Hype. You already know it's love because we always talk to Hoops Hype. Real quick, the Suns, we like the Suns. We talk about them all the time. We talked about them yesterday too, by the way. But just real quick on that, Suns, Dylan Brooks, what they've done without Jalen has been phenomenal to see. Coach Otto, first year coach, shout out to him because he's been doing a phenomenal job. Suns have actually really shown that they are a team that is definitely someone to take serious in this league, and we show the Suns a lot of love on this. So yeah, want to show that. But back to Boston in terms of what we got going on that.
Yeah, I would say what Boston is proving now is that organizational culture can replace good players. Not totally, because you obviously have good players there, but like you don't need to have, a star-studded team when you have a culture. And Boston is proven, just like the Oklahoma City Thunder, just like the Spurs, just like the Heat, organizations that are known for having culture. Boston is one of those teams that have a culture of winning, a culture of accountability from the front office to the coach to the players. There's a way that they do business there. And so when they lost Tatum and they lost some of the players because they couldn't keep their contracts, the players that they brought in players that could fit the Boston culture in the way that they do business while still having a star in Jaylen Brown there and a couple of the championship pieces there to make sure they enforce that culture. And I think that's what we're seeing. They're showing that Boston has a winning culture. They have winning pedigree. And as long as they have solid players with the couple, with the star, they're going to always be competitive. As long as they have a healthy star player, because no team can win without a star player, honestly. But if you have a star player and you have guys that know the system, and then you bring in new guys that are talented, that can buy into the way that they do business, you're going to always have some form of success. Same way in Oklahoma City, same way in Miami, same way, back when Pop was in San Antonio. And I think that's what Boston is proving. What's going to be interesting is, though, if they make a deep run this year, and then when Tatum comes back, how is the dynamic going to be between those two? Because obviously Tatum's mind, he's the first team All-NBA, or he's him. Jaylen Brown's going to be like, I'm proving this year that I can keep this ship steady, and we made it to the Eastern Conference Finals just with me. How are they going to be able to then make it work if they come back? I'm interested to see that. That's why I want to see.
That's been the case this whole time. That's always been the case.
But this one's a little different. This is a little different.
One without the other, though. We have a large sample size. We have a large
showcasing like I'm the guy.
Now we haven't had a large sample size of one without the other. Now we have a sample size, a whole season of one without the other, and what that result looks like. And if this continues and they make it to the Eastern Conference Final, or God forbid they make it to the finals, when Tatum comes back, now they might not look at each other like this. One of them might look at the other one like this. Like, you
don't think they look like it at it right now? They both come. I feel like it's been like that.
It's not. They look at each other with respect 100%.
No, they always gonna respect each other.
But now, if Jaylen Brown takes them to the finals this year without him, he's like, yeah, like you're good, you all time great, but I did this.
I've always felt like JB. Come on, bro.
No, it's different. It's one thing to think it. It's another thing to prove it, Jay. You can think what you want, but when you go out there and you actually do it without the other, it's a whole different comp.
You didn't think
thing.
in the finals when he won that MVP in the finals and he put that trophy up, he didn't feel like he deserved it. That dude felt like he deserved it.
Not about deserving. You feel like you deserve it. He's played a whole season without the other guy and got them to the same point. That's a whole different monster. That's a whole different level. That's a whole different thing now. Because even though he won Finals MVP, and he won all that, but still Jason Tatum led the team in every category. That goes undeniable. But now he leading the team in every category without Tatum even on the floor at all. So that makes a different dynamic in his mind. Like, wait, at the end of these games, because when Tatum come back at the end of the game, you think Tatum ain't gonna be shooting some of them shots? Now that might bring a different type of animosity that wasn't there before because they was used to both being there. So I'm interested to just see how that's going to look. I'm not saying it's going to be bad, but I'm interested to see how that's going to look.
So you think JT got to say something?
No, I don't say nothing. Let it ride out. I want him to come back healthy because he has to come back healthy if he think he want to get the team back. Is what I'm saying. If he come back limping back and he ain't himself, it's going to stay Jaylen Brown's team. That's what it is. So if he comes back 100% next year, and then they both are 100%, now they can still be like, it's still the both of us. Because if they smart, they should stay together, and then they could make a run of a lifetime. If they smart, they can make the run of a lifetime. But if that ego thing is there, Jaylen Brown, like, man, I'm not gonna keep passing at the end of the game when I show that I can do this by myself. If that aloe black click in, I'm the man, kick in.
Hold on, time. That's why for me, I felt like he's always thought that. You just think that now it's like, yo, it's been proven several times that it should go to me.
He might have thought that, but he also knew Tatum was the guy too. He respected that. But now without him, he might be like, man, I'm the guy, period. Like, go through me every time. And he has a right to feel that way if they go to the same point, if they make it to the Eastern Conference or if they make it to the finals, even if they don't win, he might have a right to think that. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I feel like they can figure out okay, let's put this up real quick. Tatum. Yeah, I don't want Tatum to come back DeLorean. I want him to.
But do you think this is gonna feel the fire to make him be like, yo, I gotta come back. I gotta come back and play.
I hope it don't. I think that they should be one of the best. They could be the top duo in the league with Joker and Murray.
I don't see them acting that way either. But I like Norris's point to the last shot. That you do see a lot during that moment.
Yeah, that is true. You see a whole lot.
If that gets swung over to Jaylen, it's getting cleared out, and we're audible and out of what coverage we read. Because I feel like I should take the last shot, just to be honest.
How does that work?
And that can cause very big problems in the locker room. Like we can play, we can both play together, but at the end of the game, if it's my shot, and then you audible and be like, man, I'm taking this shot, I'm waving it off, and then the locker room don't say nothing, and the team gravitates behind that, you lost your spot. You lost it. You lost your spot as the alpha on the team. You lost it.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so if he audibled out and took the shot, he makes it. He's now the captain. If he misses, what happens?
You got to draw it up for both guys.
So
you have to draw it up for both?
If Tatum comes back next year, right?
Mm-hmm.
They call the play for Tatum to ISO at the end of the game, but the ball has to touch, Jaylen Brown's hand first, and Jaylen Brown gets it and waves everybody off.
Yep.
Tatum is going to be pissed. Every other superstar is going to be pissed. But then if he boom, boom, boom makes it and then turns around like this mine, like the team is going to gravitate to that. They ain't going to have a choice. The city
there gotta be two options in the play call though, dog.
Yeah, like are they usually two?
Multiple times you lose yourself.
Usually, okay, Ashton. So I'm gonna give you the example. So you have one player at the block. We have one player at the block. We have one player at the elbow. Usually you run what's called a zipper. You set that screen down for the guy to get the ball, get a middle ball screen.
Yeah.
I don't think if I'm the Celtics, I'm not calling that. I'm gonna call some type of action to where any of them guys can get it. I run a zipper.
Jordan is calling the safe route.
You can't do that.
Is Coach Joe doing that though? That's the thing.
Coach Joe, he knows. Coach, if anybody knows, he knows who creates the best shot. And right now, I'm gonna just be honest, it's Tatum creates the best shot. I mean, but he might also Jaylen Brown might also be proving something to him that he didn't.
Do we
know
that? Because Jaylen just won Finals MVP.
I said the clutch shot 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Who get their shot off the best?
I don't know if we know that. They both nice. It might be equal. I don't even want to go against each other. It might be equal. I don't know.
CL says
I don't know what they're gonna do, bro.
That's on a small scale.
Tatum is. I mean, if you look at, I don't like just looking at stats. I like looking at the game. Tatum's taller.
CL. It is.
Goes better both ways, left and right. And Tatum has the most, buckets since like Larry Bird. So
CL, it is a small factor until a team takes an L off of that last shot.
Exactly.
It's a small factor then, because then if you do take the last shot and that dude misses it, which happens a lot, one dude's going to be furious.
Not mad, furious.
Furious, bro. You missed that right. Look, you know right too. Like, what?
Nah, for sure.
Oh my God.
It can mess the whole team up.
The whole locker room up.
Yeah. It changed everything.
Now guys gonna have to pick a side. Are you team Tatum or are you team Brown? Now you can have a whole issue in the locker room.
Not you having a divorce in the locker room.
No, listen.
No, that's a major thing.
Happened in the NBA. It has.
Because I'm looking, cause if I was the guy and the coach drew up the last shot, I'm trying my hardest not to look. I'm looking like, hold on, bro. This is what I told you. We can't run the zipper. We got to run some type of complexity, do a couple circle pins, and somebody just go get it. I'm telling. Hey, one of y'all go get it.
For the matchup, whoever can lead the defender.
Yeah, one of you guys go get it. We run it both y'all.
CL said, my thing is, as long as JB and JT don't care, it's all good. But I think they care.
Come on, man.
I think JB wants the last shot.
I think that's the thing. I think they care.
If he prove it this whole season without him, he's going to definitely care.
Yeah, I agree with you on the decoy, but bro, I'm telling you. It's like now, CL, okay, prime example, right? We know it's Luka's team, right? LeBron take the last shot, CL, you're going to be like, yo, Luka should have shot it. It's just like, you get what I'm saying? Like, it's always going to be a topic, bro. LeBron pedigree shows, yo, maybe I deserve to take that shot too. But you gonna say what, CL? You gonna say Luka should have took it. But Bron's the all-time leading scorer in the NBA.
Just like Tatum is like the all-time leading scorer in Celtics. For his age.
Yeah, Norris. Yeah.
Bro, look. CL, last one on this. If LeBron goes and takes the last shot right now, right, and it was drawn up for Luka, you think Luka gonna be okay with that? Luka's gonna be furious.
He might not give the rock to AR.
Yeah. But
hey, like
the difference here though, Braun would give it up though. Braun would pass.
Braun would pass.
Yeah.
But this is why I love D-Wade, bro. This is why I don't tolerate D-Wade disrespect, because D-Wade was one of the most clutch players in NBA history, bro. And he gave that up to watch LeBron be able to develop into a clutch player. He gave that up. Every time Bron took the last shot, I know for a fact D-Wade was over there like, I hope Bron makes it. But he also was like, this is what I do for a living. I've proven that I do this.
Yeah, he has. He's had
sacrificed that. He sat on that. So that's how I know it takes a special guy. And it takes either one of the guys have to say, hey, nah, you the guy, or the coach or organization got to be like, this is the guy who's going to take the shot. If it's not like that, the two of them going to always have a little unspoken rivalry thing, and it can hurt your team at the wrong moment. Yeah. That's why I give D-Wade so much credit, because he freely was like, Brian, if we're going to win this, you got to take the lead. I got your back. If you don't feel comfortable or if you hurt or whatever, I'm going to take over. But if not, go ahead. Even though D-Wade knew he's one of the best shot creators in the 5-4-3-2-1, it ain't five guys you can name that's better at shot creation than D-Wade when it comes to creating your shot. He's one of the best at the 5-4-3-2-1 shot. But he sacrificed that. And every time Brian shot it, obviously he wanted him to win, but he also was like, this is what I do for a living, and I'm giving it up. So that's why I think those two are going to have to figure that out. They're going to have to figure that out.
Yeah, I agree with you, CL. We got to figure out a way, to figure out that. And Norris too, because Norris made a valid point. Yeah, last two, real quick. Want to do our other player spotlight. Got to be Joel Embiid. A lot of people wrote him off, so he can't move anymore, all that. But in his last 5 games, the man has been cooking up. He had against Denver? He had 32-10. And then over his last 5 games, he's had 29 points, 7.8 rebounds, 4.4 assists in his last 5. Shout out to Joel Embiid. I like this team. I'm not going to lie to you, because I like the Edgecombe. I like the VJ Max with the shopping bags. VJ Edgecombe and Maxi. We call them VJ Max. Because they got their shopping bags out, right? We like that group. We like Paul George in the mix. No socks and Skechers, like you said, CL Smooth. We like it. Yo, we like what we seeing. Yeah, but, just want to show love to Joel Embiid, man, because, a lot of people at the start of the season were writing him off like, man, he not moving the same. Hey, bro, it take a lot to come back from the injury sometimes, bro, being honest. It take a lot. The first couple games, you'd be like, it's not looking good right now, guys. And he hasn't played in a long time, too. Taking a lot of time off is like sometimes be feeling like dog years. You take 2 weeks off, that might feel like a year sometimes, bro. You be like, hold on now. My body ain't moving the same. You take a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Scary when as an athlete, your body fails you, because it's a whole psychology thing. It's like, I'm used to doing this. Am I ever going to be able to get back to that, or am I finished with that part of my game? Like, that's a scary thing to see, athletic mortality. That's a scary thing, bro.
I was getting cooked in college, guys. The injury gods was tearing me up.
Real quick before we get to the last one. Ray, you got a question. DeLorean said, Ray, whatever happened to the center that was on your high school team? He could block shots but seemed stiff. I remember y'all versus Sexton.
Oh, no, that's probably Amir Williams. He ended up being a McDonald's All-American. Then he went to Ohio State. And then he did the D League back in the day. And then came overseas, played, had some solid little career overseas. But shout out to my boy Amir Williams. Yeah, that was my big dog, man, for sure. My young boy. He was good. McDonald's All-American, Ohio State, everything. Yeah, he had a good career.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. If that was him, it had to been him.
Yeah. Last one, as we wrap up, want to show love to all the two-way players out there, guys. If you guys are watching, you're an aspiring player. The two-way is actually an opportunity, and a second-round pick is a great opportunity. You can get guaranteed out of it. We've seen it more and more in this NBA. Want to talk about Kobe Sanders' big win against the Warriors. He had 20. Go ahead, Ashley. How many points did he have?
He had 20 points, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists, and shot 9 for 16.
And the boy Ty Lue was letting him get to the little bump, shoulder spin fade. That's the go-to for you, dog. You must have been working with Kawhi on that joint, because when you get to that bump spin fade, it's looking kind of cash money.
He was going to Kawhi school, huh?
Yikes, he in the Kawhi school. But want to show love too. Kobe Sanders, for y'all. If y'all go to a small school out there, we seen another player from the Big West, Cal Poly, St. Louis Obispo. I know a lot of y'all on the East Coast have no idea where that is. Being real with y'all. Y'all got hope, because y'all got him, and y'all got another dude that's at OKC named AJ Mitchell, who came out of UC Santa Barbara, who played in the same conference in the Big West, and is out there doing their thing. So shout out to them, those two guys. Man. Also, shout out to Gabe Vincent, who came out of Santa Barbara. Y'all got 3 of them.
Yeah.
So, man, just want to show love on that. But how do y'all feel about the two ways and the second rounds? We talk about it all the time on this show because it's very important. But like,
this is the era of the two-way contract. It's a perfect timing because it gives a team, like Nora said, an option to not have to spend so much money on someone in the first round or one of these veteran players, and they can give a younger kid an opportunity. Now, I would say this is a two-way era because I've never seen this many second round undrafted picks get this much of an opportunity early on in their career and then this early on in the season. Obviously, we're getting to the midway points here soon, but as the season's gone on, game 3, 4, I'm seeing second round picks and two-way guys out there starting for teams, which when Norris and I were playing, that would have never happened. You know what I mean? Like if you was a second round pick or even like a late first round pick, you might not play until like the end of the year so they could just kind of see what you got. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Kind of seeing what's going into summer league and then for the, for your second year. But the way the game is being played now is so fast paced with the injuries, with players taking nights off, and then having 3 two-way contracts, and then seeing these guys getting an early opportunity and showcasing their ability. Once they get past, that 50 guaranteed game situation, whatever the case might be, you're gonna see veteran guys. You're gonna see guys on the roster getting waived to convert these two-way contracts into standard contracts. The league wants to be younger. The league wants to have, you know, like I said, younger guys on the roster. And if you're undrafted, obviously some guys that are going to school for 4 years, are not getting drafted, but they're finding their niche and they're creating out a long career in the NBA by, being a two-way guy. And look at Austin Reeves. Look at these guys. The list goes on and on. This is something that I never saw happening like this, but it's just the perfect timing for them now, and they're getting opportunity early, which is good to see.
Bar. Go ahead, Norris.
I think it's two things. What Ray said is the truth. They have to play these guys so they can see if they're going to convert their contract to a standard contract. And the only way to do that is to play them early in the year to see what they got. But second, I think there's a much bigger play here. I think with the two-way and with the league drafting younger, from a business standpoint, I think they want the league to go younger so that the owners, when they go to the negotiating tables, they have guys that are kind of less adequate. Because if the younger you make the league, more than likely the less business savvy some of these guys are, which means when you go to the negotiating table at the next collective bargaining agreement, guys are not going to college, so they're coming straight out of high school. How much business acumen can they have? So I think that's the larger play that I see. As far as the basketball side of it, these young guys are getting opportunity early. Like Ray said, we never would have got a lot of these opportunities, guys who wasn't drafted or late second round draft picks, but because of the structure of the contracts, they have to play them now early to see if they're going to give them a standard contract or not. Or they have to see like, hey, does this guy fit early enough? Because if not, I have another two-way guys, 2 other ones that I have to see. So I think it's forcing them to play them earlier and they're getting their opportunity. But like I said, the much bigger play is the younger you make the league, I think the easier the owners think negotiations are going to be. And that concerns me with not having a lot of vets on your team, because those vets are the ones that have had more experience in life. Those vets have probably been to college a little bit. And when you have a lot of vets on your team or have multiple vets on your team, when you go to the negotiating table, it's not as easy to go against a vet, a guy who has seen a lot of things and has had a lot of experiences, especially in the business world. So that concerns me, having so many two-way and young guys be in the league so early. That concerns me on the business side of it.
Yeah, I can see how it concerns you, because I know, but I think one thing that I do want to acknowledge is, from what I've been hearing, don't want to go too crazy in detail, but there is a play that is there for veteran guys to get situated going forward. A lot of people have been speaking about it. Now, we have a long way to go because that negotiation is going to happen. It's going to take some time to do that. But it has been said that they do want more veteran guys to still be in this NBA, because they do not like that a lot of the other young guys are people's vets, because it is low-key killing them. They don't have
low-key. It's high key.
Because a lot of them don't have good vets, and they are not showing the great way to lead by example. Number one, because they're young, and number 2, that guy's trying to take my spot.
That guy's trying to take my spot.
We 2 years apart. I'm his vet. He trying to take my job. Like, we need the guys like the DeAndre Jordans and all those guys to be like, yo, I've been there, done it. I'm cool with teaching you the game. Yeah. So I do see a route where the league and the PA come together and they bring the vets in there and showcase that. So I do see that. Now, it is unfortunate that we're not seeing it now, but I do see in the long term they play where we start seeing that more because it does help. I just want to showcase that. But yeah, I do agree with you, Norris, right now. 2 ways is better than ever, but at the same time, it does hurt because money-wise, a lot more teams are gonna be like, shoot, let's just pay someone. Let's get the 2 ways, bring them in. It doesn't cost us no money. And we can get a guy like a Kobe Sanders who should be converted. If he's good enough, we'll convert him. No problem. We'll cut someone. It's turning into overseas a little bit, though. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Because like the 2-way reminds me of overseas contract in a way. Even though guys is getting opportunities, but there's a lot of guys that get cut that we don't.
You might play good, and then my guy get healthy. All right, you play good, but my guy's healthy again. All right, go back.
So
that's kind of crazy.
Always great. 145. Appreciate y'all. Hey, we got the boy Ray. We got the boy Norris. We need you to be 11-0 today. Ray, we need you to keep cooking up. You know, I know it's tough. Hey, one thing we want to do, shout out to Ray. My man is dedicating his time to be on this show and be here with y'all, give great insight. It's very late over there where he's at.
Very. I know you're exhausted.
Yeah, exactly. And he's had games. He's had a lot of games.
And been sick.
Ray for showing his dedication and time on being here with us today.
Appreciate you, brother Ray.
Y'all, man. Appreciate y'all.
Man, appreciate
you,
do that.
Go get that 11th win, Norris.
Facts.
You got.
Great job, Ashton. Hey, yo, that's Ashton's sound effect. She got the hand claps. We'll get it more than that. We'll get it more than the NOLA clap.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I know. And make sure you guys subscribe to the YouTube channel. I say this every time, but it really helps us out. And make sure you guys keep chiming into the chat. This is for you guys. We love the participation and appreciate the support always on the live stream. So, yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Outro.
Swish, fam.